your fist to the air. Tunes Brothers everywhere. Rockin' loud, feel the sound. Tunes Brothers smashing ground. Whoa, rebels with guitars in hand. Raise your fist. Raise your fist.
Well, hey, everybody. Welcome into Tunes Brothers. I'm Darren. We also have joining the show Tommy, Down Under Dave, Scotty G, and of course, the Rob Father, the one that everyone tunes in to see.
Right.
All right. How's it going, guys?
Good.
Wonderful. All right. Tonight's show, we're going to dig into this album. The debut album from Slaughter. The name of the album is Stick It To Ya. This one came out in 1990, went double platinum for the band. They were one of the top selling albums of that year in this genre. Produced 4 singles and was charted in all 4 of those. The 3 of the 4 charted in the top 40 and the Hot 100, and their videos were in huge rotation anywhere that you could see a video, MTV and otherwise. It's been a favorite of mine for quite some time. This was the very first compact disc that I bought. Paid like $700 for a single disc player, and then whatever little money I had left after buying that, I went to the store and picked out this as my first CD. So been listening to it for a very long time, although I had a gap in there where I probably didn't listen to anything from it for like 10 years. But anyway, that's my story so far. Tommy?
Yeah, honestly, I've only heard 2 songs off this album that I know of from Slaughter. Never really got into Slaughter until now. This album's absolutely fan-fucking-tastic. There's songs I absolutely love, and there's songs I can live without. Other than that, perfect.
Dave?
Yeah, well, this is actually the first time I've heard this album. They were not a big band here in Australia. As I was saying to Rob earlier, they only charted at, I think, peaked at 130 here in Australia. So, yeah, this was pretty new to me. And I think because it was new, because it's obviously an older kind of music, some of it resonated, some of it not so much, but it was a pretty solid album. So, yeah.
All right. Scotty.
See how I go with everyone else.
Yeah, this is a interesting album for me, man. I remember seeing the video Up All Night on MTV, hanging out at a girlfriend's house that night. And I'm like, damn, Slaughter, where'd these fucking guys come from, you know? And went and bought the cassette at the time. And it was all really fast for them too, man. I mean, as soon as I seen the video, I was buying the cassette, and then I was seeing them open up for Kiss in concert, man. I mean, so it was, yeah, I took to them really quick, man, and I really liked them. Great live band too. I will say that.
Yeah.
He done fucking, it sounded just like the damn CD. I mean, that they done really good. And on the best Kiss show you could possibly go to. I mean, so yeah, man, Slaughter, I will say that the album, it's been a long time since I've listened to this from front to back. I mean, it's probably been a long time since I've heard anything off of this, maybe Fly to the Angels or Up All Night. I've heard them recently, but nothing else. And I will have to say that it didn't quite resonate with me like it did then. It's really didn't age well to me. Now that's just to me, man. But there is some good jam on this album, and there is some that you know, it's a formula they had to follow back then with some of this stuff, man, to try and get on the charts, try to get on the radio, try to get on MTV and stuff like that, man. So, but fantastic band, damn good album, I will say that, and they rock, man. Good live band. So next,
All right.
All right, yeah. This band, Up All Night, just tore up the scene, and I didn't like it. So I would make fun of them cruising Main Street, right, with all my buddies in the car. It would come on the radio, or whatever, and I just mock it. And then I started to like it. So then I dabbled a little more, and I got back then what was called a cassette single, but this was far from a single. It was more like an EP on a cassette. It had Up All Night and Fly to the Angels and Fly to the Angels Live. But then it had a medley of Eye to Eye, Mad About You, and Burning Bridges, which was a cool medley that was on there. And I got fucking addicted. Got the album, loved the album, one of my favorite bands. Couldn't wait to see him opening for, like Scott said, Kiss on the Hot in the Shade tour. They started out with Eye to Eye and came out, and the camera flashes in the beginning were like strobe lights. It was absolutely amazing. Then I got Fatigue, and like there's a long chunk of time where I didn't listen to it just because I'd heard it too much. Going back to this, I didn't forget that the songs existed, but I completely forgot about them when I'd go to playlists. And I was like, holy fuck, I'm back in the Slaughter mode now. So yeah, and a great live band, like Scott said. Even now with Mark Slaughter's voice pretty much shot, him and Dana Strum just tear up that stage. It's just impressive to watch. So yeah, there you go. I love the album. I love the band.
Yeah, like I'd say, I had gone a long time without listening to it. Recently picked it up on vinyl, and after playing it through, I mean, I even made a post on X, I think it was, about their nice cup. I had posted on X about just how much I forgot how much I liked that album. Now, to what others have said, some of it isn't as good as other songs. I mean, you don't run into too many perfect albums, and some of it may not have held up over time, like Scotty had said. But still, again, me personally, I still think this is a solid album. Although I think they have their success to really, I think they can pin that on Vinnie Vincent. And I think there's even a diss track on this album putting down Vinnie. So
Burning Bridges.
Correct. I was going to say, I wasn't going to spoil it, but yeah, when we get to that song.
So that's what that song's about.
Yeah. Yep. I mean, listen to the lyrics and you'll start to understand, because when Vinnie was kicked out of Kiss, he contacted Dana, who had been working as like a talent scout. And Dana Strum is actually the one that found both Randy Rhoads and Jakey Lee for Ozzy's band. He's the one that had scouted them both and said, okay, Ozzy, here's your next guitarist. These are the people that you should be looking for.
Wow.
So Vinny hooked up with Dana, and they interviewed, or however you want to put it, tested out a lot of lead singers for Vinnie Vincent Invasion, their kickoff album. And and Mark Slaughter was one of them who auditioned, and Vinny didn't like him, didn't pick him. Ended up going with Robert Fleshman, who,
Awesome.
yep, good singer. He filled in for Journey for a year, and sounded great on that Invasion album. But after that first tour, Vinny and Robert weren't getting along. So Robert, I think, wanted more money, and Vinny didn't want to give him any. So they called up Mark to replace him, and Mark was the one who sang on their second album. But Vinny didn't ever really like Mark, and they butted heads a lot, especially on tour, on stage. And once that second tour was over, the record company was sick of Vinny. So they basically took the record deal away from Vinny and gave it to Dana and Mark. And those two then found Bloss and Mike Kelly and
Tim
Kelly, excuse me. And
Rest in peace.
yes, the dearly
really?
departed. But yeah, and then they came up with this first album. You know, they had to obviously write, and I think that some of their anger from Dana and Mark towards Vinny end up in Burning Bridges. So
2 fun points. Spoiler alert, nobody got along with Vinnie Vincent. I don't think his own family gets along with him. And I've seen Slaughter many, many times, but back in towards the end of their heyday and hair metal's heyday, me and Darren went to see them at a nightclub.
yeah, that was awesome.
Called Eddie's Club on the strip of Bismarck, Mandan. And I was in the bathroom pissing, and a guy walks in right next to me at the next urinal. Hey man, what's up here? I'm pissing next to Dana Strum. So that's different.
That's neat.
Yeah.
Fucking neat. You're just taking a piss, and there comes Dana Strum.
The
Hey, man,
other-
what's up? It just
that's
starts
happened-
taking a week
that's
right
happened to
next
me.
you.
That happened to me twice when I was security for a wrestling event for WCW. I was in the backstage area bathrooms where the public can't go, and I'm pissing next to Rob Van Dam. So
That's Rob Van Dam is such a cool.
You were
person.
probably hiding in the urinals, just like in
a booger.
no, just like they did in that wrestling movie.
Oh, Ready to Rumble?
Yeah, they had
40
the crapper.
wrestling's fake. Wrestling's not fake. That was me as a kid, though.
All right, I'll kick this thing off. So 13 tracks, and we're gonna rank these from
13.
least favorite to favorite.
What, Scott?
13?
Yeah, you got 2 bonus tracks if you got 15.
I only got 11.
11. List me your tracks.
My tracks are Eye to Eye, Burning Bridges, Up All Night, Fly to the Angels, Give Me Your Heart.
Gave me your heart.
Gave Me Your Heart. You Are the One. I said Burning Bridges, didn't I?
Yep.
That's Not Enough. Spend My
Yep.
Life.
Yep.
Mad About You. Thinking of June.
Yep.
And
Yep.
Desperately.
Yep. So you're missing Loaded Gun and She Wants More.
Ah, damn it. Yep, I am. See, that's how long it's been since but it ain't gonna, I know those songs, so it ain't gonna take me no time.
All right.
So,
All right, sticking with what I normally do, the very rare occasion where an instrumental might fall somewhere other than last is not going to happen. So Thinking of June, the instrumental is track number 13. Nothing against the track itself, except for there's no singing, so it comes in last. Tommy?
Mine, number 13, is Loaded Gun. I'm just really not a fan of the song. I think it's like a filler almost, kind of, to me, at least to me. Other than that, it's a good song. Loaded Gun 13.
All right, Dave.
Number 13, Ring the Bell, Thinking of June. Doesn't really, I don't think it fits on the album anyway, but I think it'd be better if it was longer as well. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's so short and it just, yeah, to me, it just doesn't fit. So,
Right.
number 13.
All right. Scotty G-Man.
Thinking of June. Yeah, it's just, hey, there you go. One of those deals where you're like, well, what the hell, you know, they're pulling some Van Halen on us here. But anyway, that's number 15, right?
13.
All right.
Thinking of June as well, although a gorgeous acoustic instrumental to what Dave Down Under is talking about, or Down Under Dave, or Dave Goes Down Under.
He does.
I don't understand why it's on the album, especially where it was placed. Like, to Scott's point, it's kind of a Van Halen thing. It's just a short little solo just because. And speaking of Van Halen, Mark Slaughter does got a couple songs where he tries very hard to destroy songs, doing David Lee Roth talking and bullshit. Fortunately, the songs were good enough to where it didn't completely shipwreck them. But yeah, 13, Thinking of June.
All right. Back to me. So on my list at number 12, this is where I have the song She Wants More. It's not, again, I don't hate anything on here. This is just doesn't have all the elements of a really good song. You know, this is something, or the song is about girls who are just in it for the money. Again, it has its moments, but in the end, it's just not a favorite of mine. So it's my number 12.
My number 12 is going to be my new ringtone, Thinking of June.
Beautiful.
It's like you said, Rob, a beautiful acoustic. You know, it's short. Scott, like you said, doesn't really belong on the album. Or Dave, you said that. Sorry, Scott. It really doesn't belong on the album, but to me, it's a nice musical piece. And for once, I actually enjoyed an instrumental piece. So my number 12, Thinking of June.
All right, Down Under.
My number 12 is Gave Me Your Heart. It's just a generic tune to me. I saw someone else made a comment saying it sounded like a really bad Kiss song from the 80s. So I can't disagree. It was just an ordinary kind of song for me.
There's a standoff going off, guys.
Those are fighting words, Dave.
What, there aren't any bad Kiss songs? I mean, isn't there a whole album you don't like?
There's a whole bad one. Putting Gave Your Heart that low is the fighting words.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right, Scooter.
All right. Number 12 for me. She Wants More, man.
That was mine.
I never really cared for that song, man, to be honest with you. There's a few songs on here that I really didn't take to ever, and that's one of them. Mark's too busy on some of these songs with his vocals. I mean, really busy. Now, don't get me wrong. I love breakdowns where people talk and stuff like that, but he is jacked up doing it. I mean, it's like he's coked out of his head doing it or something, you know, which I ain't saying he done that. I'm just saying that's what it sounds like. And very loud too. He's a very loud guy. So yeah. But anyway, that's one of the songs, and it never did resonate with me. I didn't hate it, but I just didn't. It's not a playlist for me by no means. So that would be my number 12.
My number 12 as well. She Wants More, and Busy is being nice. There are two songs I never liked back then, and I still don't now. I don't hate them per se, but I just would never, ever choose to listen to them on purpose. That, I mean, he's constantly, he doesn't breathe. He doesn't take a breath. It's just rush, 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 and it just comes out to me noise, especially when you sing that high. and then you ramble that fast. It's just like, holy fuck, man. Yeah. So
All
Talk
right.
to us, bro. You know, you ain't got to scream. Just talk to us for a minute. Yeah.
All right. At number 11, this is where I put the song Loaded Gun. This is one of those songs that where he is speaking the lyrics more than he's singing them. Again, I think he just saw his junk. The song does have good moments. Has a killer riff. But the song just falls short. It's not as good as the rest. Definitely. So Loaded Gun number 11.
My number 11 is She Wants More. Not only does he do too much with his voice during the song, but it also sounds like he's talking about a gold digger. And I feel like at that point in the 90s, maybe for hair metal bands, it's just overdone. Like, hey,
Yeah.
I'm a rock star. I'm sleeping with gold diggers and chicks. Like, you can write so many different other topics during that time, I believe. But my number 11 is She Wants More.
And my number 11 is She Wants More. Everything you guys have already said about it, I can't really add any more. So,
Diamond Dave. That's his name. Diamond Dave.
yeah.
All right. Down Under Diamond Dave. That's a good one right there.
I can't do the splits though.
Number 11. If I'm keeping count, right? Loaded Gun, baby. Hey, that's one I did not like that much back in the day either. It kind of falls hand in hand with She Wants More type high octane, too high octane almost. And the chorus on that one. And you know, I didn't listen to that one and Mad About You. I didn't listen to those, but I remember them. I remember those. Loaded gun, get you, you know, it just the chorus was just it. I don't know. I think we're on definitely fillers now. Some of these songs are definitely fillers, and here question again. Why are you putting 13 songs on this fucking album, bro? I mean, you got another album coming out. They don't take too long before the Wildlife comes out, man. You know, I'm just I don't know, record company thing maybe. I don't know, but yeah, they could have really cut this to 8 or 9 songs at the most, and this thing probably would have been superb. Because I really do love from
7 Up.
Like. It's gonna be close. 3, 4. Yep. Wait a minute.
Yeah, count it twice.
Yes.
You want to get it right.
Yes. 7 Up. I like.
Yeah.
7
Check
Up.
your math.
Yep. All right.
All right, I'm in lockstep this entire album so far with Dayron. Loaded Gun. And I'm actually not surprised that any of us are this close because you have the instrumental, and then they do have, in my opinion, these two songs, especially Loaded Gun and She Wants More, that are absolute fillers that did not need to be on the album. Again, rushed. Just too much of a hurry and too loud. I mean, not treble, or I mean, decibel loud, just his voice. He's just, I love his high-pitched voice. He's got a phenomenal voice, but it's overdone in some songs, and this is one of them again.
All right. Moving on to number 10. I put That's Not Enough at number 10. To me, this riff sounds like something that they may have stolen from an AC/DC track that didn't make an album or something. I'd prefer the verse over the chorus. But again, these first 4 songs for me is where it just doesn't match what the rest of the album provided. And like Scott said, they could have trimmed this by 3 or 4 songs. And I mean, I don't think it would have changed the album sales from double platinum or anything like that, but at least in this case, right, I think we could have made it something better. So number 10 is
because they
That's Not
were planning
Enough.
on releasing those songs anyway. So
Right.
yeah,
Tommy?
My number 10 would be Mad About You.
Oh, interesting.
If I'm not mistaken, this is the one with a little bit long intro, which I'm not a big fan of long intro songs, as well as instrumentals, but it's not a bad song. But again, it's not a song I'd go out of my way to listen to on purpose. To me,
Wow,
it's another
okay.
filler. In my opinion, it seems like another filler. Like Scott said, I don't understand why there's 13 songs on this album. They could at least made 8, 9, even 10. Could have kept it at 10 now. That would have been all right. But number 10, Mad About You.
Sidebar here. We all agree that this album was too long, but I promise you there's not a Slaughter fan on the planet that would have left Mad About You off this album.
no.
Yeah.
I
Just
wouldn't
saying.
have left.
Then again, I'm just now getting into Slaughter.
No, you're entitled to your opinion. I'm just saying
Yeah.
that song and the word filler to me
I mean,
don't belong in this.
good
They don't
song.
belong in the same novel, let alone paragraph, let alone sentence. But that's my opinion. Go ahead, down under Diamond Dave.
Yeah. Number 10 for me is one you've all
WCW.
mentioned, Loaded Gun. For everything you've all said, nothing more to add, really. It's
Which
just
one?
Another one of those. Loaded Gun.
Okay.
Yeah. Another one that could just, as you said, could be left off the album.
Right. G-Man.
All right. Well, ring the bell because I got Mad About You at number 10, right?
Wow.
And yeah, I mean, look, dude, I don't know if the intro, the way he does his height, man, god dang, man, he's a screamer, ain't he, man? Jesus
He is a
Christ.
screamer.
I mean, it's been a long time since I've heard these songs, man. A long time. I do remember them playing it live, though. And,
Oh, yeah.
and no, I don't really consider this filler. It's a good song once they get to going. And is this one where talking about having a headache and taking aspirin?
No. That's Burning Bridges.
Never mind. I know which one it is. Never mind.
Right.
I ain't gonna say that. I just
Okay.
ding light bulb moment. But anyway, yeah, this never was my favorite song on here, but to me it's not a filler. Just that intro and that yeah. What the
Right.
fuck are you doing? But anyway, it's not a bad song. We're into the ones now where I can tolerate, and then I'll let you know the ones that playlist for me. So number 10, Mad About You is my.
All right. Well, I swear to God, decade-long friends, but there was no copying off tests here. But my list so far is Darren's list. That's not enough. This, while not a great song, is a good song. It's just not a special song, and that's the end. From
Right.
9 up for me, I could listen any day of the week, multiple times in a row and not complain. This one's just kind of one of the ones that fall in that bottom 4 for me, and that's going to happen with any band when you got 13 songs. It could have been 15 because they had 2 bonus tracks. So
Yeah. And the remastered one has 19.
yeah.
So, yeah. All right. At some point, you and I are going to disagree.
Oh yeah.
But at number 9 on my list, this is where I put Gave Me Your Heart. Now, like we said, I could have left a handful of songs off of here. This is where I would start saying these are all keepers. This would have, if I had to trim the album, I would have gone down to 9 songs, and Gave Me Your Heart would have been the number 9. I think it's generic for a ballad. Tommy kind of mentioned about on another song on how the gold digger angle was already spoken for, and I don't think "Gave Me Your Heart" is anything special when it comes to a ballad. And one song where I think that Mark is a little bit dull in his delivery, but it's still a really good song. Right?
Are you saying "Gave Me Your Heart" to you is a ballad?
I mean,
Holy fuck, dude, that's an upbeat song.
I thought it
Well-
was a ballad.
Are you on drugs? "Fly to the Angels" is a ballad.
It's a
right?
It's
No,
a-
but I think
it's
so. Maybe it's not as.
I mean, I don't care where you put it on the list. I just shocks me to hear the word ballad next to that.
Well,
yeah, that is a mid-range ballad, man. I would say it could fall under ballad.
But you can't call every mid-range song a ballad as far as a mid-tempo.
No, it's the subject matter.
Okay, yeah,
You
that
know,
way.
yeah,
Yeah, that
yeah.
way. But not
Yeah.
musically.
no.
Musically,
No,
that's a good
no.
rocking tune.
Yeah, yeah.
And like I said,
Okay.
I still like it. This is
No, I don't care if you do or you don't. I'm just the ballad thing threw me off. I'm like, what am I missing? Because I would call "You Are the One" maybe a mid-range ballad.
yeah. I would consider that.
Possibly probably not even to me. "Spend My Life" and "Gave Your Heart" are more like "Tears Are Falling." It's just a mid-tempo song that may have overtones of love songs, but they're not musically love songs.
True.
You use the
Not
word
the-
overtone.
Huh?
You used the word overtone. I like that.
Undertone, man.
What?
Upside down. I'm just kidding.
I don't know what the hell's going on here.
All right, Tommy, your number 9.
My number 9 is "Up All Night." Only good reason is I hear it on the radio almost all the time, and
Shooting.
Yeah.
it's not that I don't like the song. Like the way I listed it was least to favorite.
Man,
favorite.
you are one pathetic loser.
It's not my favorite song. There are other songs on this album that I'd rather listen to other than this song right away. But number 9 is "Up All Night."
Fair enough.
All right.
Mine isn't. My number 9 is "That's Not Enough." Got a bit of an AC/DC vibe to it. It was okay. I'll keep it on the album. It's from here down. I would say is okay. Nothing offends me too much from here on. But it would definitely come in number 9. But not Up All
All right.
Night.
All right.
Okay, number 9 for me is definitely a ballad, full-blown ballad. And it's not really bad. It's a mushy "Spend My Life." I mean, yeah, that's just full-blown meant to be ballad right there. And it's not bad though. I mean, I can listen to this now. I mean, that's what you come to expect, especially back then in the late 80s. You're going to get this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
As long as they didn't just absolutely kill it, with something really, really, really stupid. I like ballads. I always have. As long as they do them good, do them right. Power ballads, that's more my thing, but some of the slower stuff's not bad. So that's where that one falls for me. Number 9, "Spend My Life."
Okay, my number 9, we have now parted ways because I have "You Are the One." I love this song. Beautiful, beautiful chorus, semi-ballad, whatever you want to call it. Apparently, we're redefining the word ballad with anything that says love in it. So Love Gun's now a ballad on Kiss's album. And
That is a ballad.
I mean,
fuck
technicality.
off, Jesus Christ almighty.
Fucking
And
with
in
you now.
technicality, it is.
All right, "You Are the One." Great song, great chorus, great harmony on this one. I just like things way better.
All right. Guess that's to me at number 8.
Shut up.
All right.
Sorry, not you, my
No, I
cat.
know. This is where I put the song "Mad About You."
Jesus Christ, am I in an alternate fucking universe with this song?
No, like it's
It's like one of their most popular songs ever.
and that might have played into it, but you haven't even heard what I had to say yet. So
Oh,
settle
it
the
didn't
fuck
matter.
down. Yeah, it
Said it
does.
didn't matter.
Although I usually, still in this case, I don't like necessarily long openings. I mean, before you hear an instrument, it's 32 seconds. But when that riff kicks in, the song's still pure gold. It's heavier. It's a party tune. I think it's a great choice to kick off the second side of the album. Like I said, I really do like this song. The rest of them are all just a touch better. I mean, it was tough for me to rank these, especially in this middle part, because when I listened to this, I think my ratings changed 3 or 4 times because I would listen to something and say, no, I like that one just a little bit more, and kept on flip flopping. And maybe I fucked things up a little bit, but I'm going to stand by them. Like I said, still a great song.
Yeah, and I will say this: nostalgia played a lot in this album too, man. At that point in time in life, man, I didn't have a worry in the world, and I was just doing whatever I wanted to do. I was having fun, man. I was on top of the world back when this thing came out. So I remember a lot of things with music in my life. So yeah, man, just like Darren said, man, there's a lot of these, and especially in the middle, it could be any number, man, for me too. So I have to unfortunately agree with him on that one.
All right, Tommy.
My number 8 would be Eye to Eye.
Jesus Christ, Tom.
Wow. yeah, he's going back.
You have now put every one of the mega hits on this album towards the bottom of your list.
I'm sorry. There's just a better song that I like on here that I think that are personally better.
Yeah,
I can't say anything negative about it because there's really nothing negative I have to say about this. It's, man, I'm looking at my list and I'm just like,
I swear to God, every episode someone's punking me. This time it's Tom. The Paul Stanley Live to Win was Scott. I just don't understand.
Eye to Eye. Maybe it's because I just don't understand what he's trying to talk about during the song.
There's your first problem. Stop listening to music for what the words mean. Artists 9 out of 10 times are just jerking themselves off and patting themselves on the back for some deep emotional meaning that only they can fucking relate to. Just enjoy the song.
Good point.
Yeah, don't pay attention.
But other than that, if I were to enjoy the song, it'd be a lot higher on the list, but it's not. Eye to Eye is my number 8.
Don't backpedal now. You already fucking stepped in the shit. No, man. Yeah. Scrape your shoe off and move on.
All right.
Stick to your opinion, brother. You got a right to your own opinion, even if it's wrong.
It may be wrong, but it's still my opinion. It's a rock. It is a rockin' song, though. I just didn't really recognize it as one of their hit songs. I didn't know it was one of their hit songs, really.
It doesn't matter if it's a hit or not. If you don't like it, you don't like it.
It sounded like filler.
I'm just giving you shit, dude.
Filler? That's a low.
The only negative thing I do have to say about this album, it does sound like nothing but filler.
Wow.
That's the only negative thing about it.
And you're an
Iron
Maiden.
Then again, I'm not.
Somebody needs to take the filler out of you.
I like Iron Maiden. I like Iron Maiden. I'm not a big, huge fan of Iron Maiden.
Okay.
All right.
Slaughter. I'm just now getting into Slaughter, so.
Dud.
He's got to listen to it a little bit more.
I gotta listen to it a lot more.
Yeah,
if
well,
I listened to this a lot more, it'd be a different list. Let me tell you.
I'm gonna take up for Tommy here for any Slaughter fans out there who are as in disbelief as I am by his list. He's young. He didn't grow up on Slaughter. He knew what his dad, what a great man, imparted on him for musical knowledge. If he went out and went side to side in the genre and tried to find things, I don't know, but this is not something he grew up with. It's not even the era of music he grew up with, so I give him a pass.
And so far, I love what Slaughter has to offer. And if it would be to go out to explore, to hunt for this album, this is an album I'd hunt for.
And for
Even
those,
even
those
though
just tuning
Marcus
Yeah,
in,
Slaughter
yeah.
is like next to Paul Stanley to me now when it comes to vocalist. His voice is absolutely fucking amazing.
well, to
Even
me,
though he likes to do too much.
I'll say this: you're a better man than I am, because I would never hunt for an album that I deem to be all filler.
and for those just tuning in and meeting Rob for the first time, this is his Grinch episode where his heart grows 3 times larger. All right, Dave, what was your number 8?
Well, my number 8, I've got shit on my shoes too because mine's Mad About You. Sorry, Rob. There's nothing wrong with the song. There's nothing wrong. And this sort of fluctuated a few places, a bit like Darren said. But I just found some songs that I like a little bit better. But there's nothing wrong with the song.
This is beautiful, though, because I've had this coming since this podcast started with me and Scott. I freely just shit on everybody's favorite stuff. And I knew eventually it was going to come around. In these last couple episodes, I've been just taking a beat down. So is what it is.
We're going to start
comes
taking it
soon.
easy on Rob.
Okay, number 8 for me, and this is probably the last for me. That's not enough, and you know
That's what she said.
it's not bad. It's just I don't know, man. It's
4
just
inches is normal, Darren.
Oh, beautiful, Dave.
What's
They're
up?
they're slamming. When you said that's not enough, Darren said that's what she said.
Oh, okay. See, I don't hear all that stuff. So if y'all don't see me react to something, man, I'm not hearing what the hell's going on. So
The best part is when you don't.
So, yeah, ha ha, he ha. I got you. Anyway,
Scott, let me throw one in here for you in defense.
yeah. Thank you. But yeah, man, just a mid-range song. It's not the worst on the album. It's not the best. It's just in there. It's not the highest, tempo song. It ain't the lowest. So I would consider it filler if you wanted to say that. But then again, it's not a bad song. So I don't really know. It's just there. So that's my number.
Can I ask a quick question?
Sure.
I missed what song he actually said.
That's not enough.
That's
Oh, that's
not
fine. Oh,
enough.
Too busy laughing. That's right.
I
Sorry.
should have said that's too much, but that's not enough.
You've never heard that though, have you?
Oh, damn, Dave unleashed.
I was the guy from the gym, but
Damn Down Under on lead guitar.
All right. Number
Love this
8 for me is Desperately. Good tune, not a great tune, but it's a rocker. I'll definitely say that. It's singing about a chick, though, so apparently on this podcast it's a ballad. But yeah, Desperately, number 8.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah.
all right, this is where I probably get to step in some shit.
Good.
You said good.
At number 7, this is where I put arguably their most popular song, Up All Night. Like Rob said at the beginning of the show, he didn't like this song initially. Neither did I.
That's too bad.
And at one point, this might have been number 13. That's how much I disliked this song. It has moved its way up to the middle of the pack at number 7. I have some good comments on it, but that the beginning annoys me.
What?
Yeah, I never liked even the beginning of this song.
Oh, my good Lord almighty. I am not even on planet Earth right now. I just...
But like I said, it's still it made number 7, right? I like the song Mad About You, and I had it at number 8. So at least this made the final
Shit
cut.
on that intro, too.
Yeah. 32 fucking seconds long. I mean, that's twice as long as your
That's too
sexual
long.
episodes. That should feel
That's
long
too
to you
long.
too.
That's too long for an intro.
I mean,
I
that
now know
includes
what it's
that
like.
includes foreplay with Rob. 32
I
seconds.
now know
so-
what it's like to be Scott and just sit back and utter fucking disbelief by stupid shit coming out of people's mouths. You don't like the intro to Up All Night. I don't think there's another person on the planet who would say that.
And like I said, this is still one of my top albums. I mean, like I
You
said, I've
got
listened
a
to
backwards drum pounding to a fucking chant of children. It's eerie going into a fucking mean ass. Oh, I'm lost.
Oh,
Right.
shit.
all right.
I ain't saying nothing about it.
Is what it is, and that's where it fell. Number
There's
7.
all kinds of viewers just chuckling right now, saying, "Get him, get him, get him," and I deserve it, but I can't believe it.
Oh, my stomach hurts.
Teabag.
Oh.
Liquid left.
He said teabag.
He said
My
D-bag.
number 7. Oh, my number 7 is "Fly to the Angels."
Oh,
What?
you know,
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I just had to see his reaction. I just had to see his reaction. I had to see the reaction, channel. I had to see the reaction.
Slow
We should make
clap.
a short on
Got
that
you
one.
on that one.
We should make a short clip on that one. My
That's
number
awesome. Good job,
my
Tommy.
number 7 is "Gave Me Your Heart."
and you think that's going to be easier for me to swallow?
No.
Hey, Darren, go on.
Another ballad like sounding song to
Mark
another
Slaughter
ballad.
and Dana Strum, I apologize. I'm surrounded by stupidity.
Oh, yeah, they're tuning in.
No,
They
they
don't miss an
said-
episode.
He
My
said
number
swallow.
7 is "Gave Me Your Heart." I'm just going off by least favorite to favorite. Not knocking anything off the album.
Well, I can't wait to see your number 1, 2, and 3 then. Because
Oh,
it's
you'll
gotta be-
love it. Oh, you're gonna love it. You're
His
gonna.
number 1, She Wants More. That's going to be his number 1.
No, that's not it. It's a lot
not
better
the
than
same.
that. But number 7 is "Gave Me Your Heart."
The
All right.
ballad. The ballad.
Dave.
The
Yeah.
ballad.
My number 7 is "Desperately." It's got a good chorus. It's a catchy song.
You're
I
out of your
like the way-
mind.
I like the way Mark sings it. Yeah, it's a good middle of the range song. And I don't
Okay.
think I offend anyone with that one, do I?
A little bit.
I like it too.
I absolutely love that song.
Number 7 for me is, now this may turn somebody sideways, but it's this was one of my favorites whenever I got this album when I first started listening to it, and I think I just run it in the fucking ground because I listened to it so much. It's "Burning Bridges," the one about, I guess, Vinny.
Yeah.
But it's this 7 and up is my territory right there. But "Burning Bridges," it fell at 7 this time. I hadn't heard that in a long time, man, and it was still good. It just, I don't know, it hit me different this time. Some of the other songs did too that I ignored back then. So that's just where it's a good song. It's a jamming song, but that's just where it fell for me. I actually liked some of the ballads better this time around. So, all right, number 7.
Number 7 for me is "Spend My Life." I used to like this a lot more than I do now. Still like it, but it's fallen as I've revisited this album and realized why the hits were such big hits, and why one I completely forgot about is epic. So "Spend My Life" just has to land somewhere, and number 7 is it.
All right. My number 6 is "Spend My Life." Although this one did crack the top 40 at number 39. I think Mark changed things up, sang a little bit in a lower register on this song. instead of always having to rely on that crazy falsetto that he has, that as somebody who tried to sing in his life, I was always jealous of what he could do. Um, and I did also like this song more earlier on, but the others just are a little bit better again. So Spend My Life is number 6.
My number 6 is That's Not Enough. I believe this is where you guys say this is the song that's like AC/DC ish, if I'm not
That was
mistaken.
Yep.
That was Darren.
And me.
There. Yeah.
Dave said it too.
I
Oh,
kind of
Dave?
agree with that. Because like their style almost like completely changes on that song, and in a way to me, but it's a kick-ass song.
All right, Dave.
Sounds like another filler.
My number 6 is Ring the Bell with Darren, Spend My Life. And I reckon you looked at my notes, Darren.
I did, yeah.
Because I like it. Mark sings in a lower register on this one. It's very radio friendly. I think normally this would have been higher, but I'd never heard it before. So
I think it's one of their last ones that they released off this album.
yeah, like I said, this album didn't do anything here.
Yeah.
So,
It was the 4th single.
Yeah.
but it's good. I
That
like it.
last ditch effort, you know.
Yeah.
I'm a sucker for a ballad. So
I like a lot of them too. All right. Number 6 for me is one of the ballads that I really do like, and I still do like to this day. I'm really shocked. You Are the One. Yeah, I like this. This is a smooth ballad. He sings it damn good, and he's not screaming. You know, I remember liking this one back in the day too, man, and it still resonated with me.
Yeah. That's a panty dropper right there. You could just see the girls melting.
Yes. But anyway, I like that one. That's my number 6.
Number 6, Burning Bridges. The only reason this falls is because of the Diamond David Lee Roth garbage talking in the middle. I never liked that when it came out. I always dreaded that part of the song, but the rest of the song was so badass. The guitars kick ass that I just had to suffer through it. So Burning Bridges, a great song. Do without that breakdown in the middle, but it is what it is.
That's the one I was thinking about.
Yeah.
The aspirin.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Charge it to the record company. You left your wallet at home.
Oh,
Well, those are like some of the things that Vinny was doing, right? I mean, you have those.
I wonder
lyrics.
who they were mocking. It sounds like they were mocking somebody. I just didn't know who it was.
So you
until
want to
now.
do another solo, huh? Well, not here, pal.
That's where that comes from.
Yeah.
Okay.
So one of the things
Makes more sense.
Vinny wanted to have 2 or 3 solos in every song, right? I mean, that's what he thought music was all about. And of course, he's a shredder. I mean,
No, Vigo.
he lost that record contract for basically charging everything to the record company. He'd go out for dinner, charge it, right? I mean, so that's where you get that. So you left your wallet at home. Oh no, you gotta. I mean, so yeah, that whole track is a diss on Vinny. Anyway, so my number 5 is You Are the One. There are a lot of good things in this song. Bloss's drumming is exceptional. The fills are absolutely perfect on that song. The solo from Tim is great. Mark's vocals are on track. It's melodic. The arrangement is great. But it still has to fall someplace, and it's number 5 on my list.
All right. My number 5. Mind you, my numbers 4 and 1 mean a lot. Those songs actually I took a lot of meaning towards me. But my number 5, now that I know the truth behind that song, is definitely on my number 5, is Burning Bridges. The fact that now that they're mocking Vinny at the end makes it 10 times funnier. I actually enjoyed that little breakdown in the end. I thought it was funny. But Yeah, I did not know that it was about Vinnie Vincent.
You know, and I didn't either at the time, and it was easily, and I fell for it, just thinking of some money grubbing bitch who's, you know, with the
Yeah.
rock
Yeah,
star to pay for. Well, you can't afford it, just charge it to your record company.
I thought
I
it
was
was
just
about his ex-wife or something like that. Really, but yeah, badass
Right.
song though. Heavy riff.
yeah.
Dave.
My number 5 is also Burning Bridges. Look, it's a good song, a bit like you. Some parts to it I don't like. I never thought I'd hear a rock song use the line "Liar, liar, pants on fire." But
That's the one thing I loved about that song. Is you liar, liar.
it's strange, but it's sung really well. It's just and the fact that they're giving it to Vinny just makes it a little bit better too. But yeah,
It
love the
flows
line,
well
"Liar,
with the
liar."
song. It does. It really
Well, it
flows well
does,
with the
but
songs.
just never.
You
thought I'd
guys,
hear it
you
in a
guys
hard
would have
rock.
loved a local band in the tri-state area here called Zwarte, because they had a song that was "Miss Me, Miss Me, Now You Gotta Kiss Me." Brutal.
Yeah. Forte.
Brutal.
A lot of thought put into
Lucy.
that lyric.
Yeah.
Oh, damn,
Scott.
that was a good one, Dave. I like that. All right. Number 5. Okay. We're getting into the really good stuff now, man. And yeah, it's ballad-esque. Gave Me Your Heart.
Thank you,
Yes.
Scott. You actually had respect for that song.
Yes, I do like that, man. And look, it's not as mushy as the one I just said. What was it?
Spend My Life.
What-
Oh, You Are
yeah.
the One.
No, You Are the One. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more, and he said, like I said, it's sung very well. They play very good on it, man. That's one thing Slaughter did. Now they did overcrowd it a little bit. It's too much on this album, like we was talking about. They did try to put too many ballads, I do believe, on here, or ballad-esque songs, but they got at least the majority of them right, in my opinion. I like them. So that's just where that one fell, and it's probably my second favorite ballad on here. So yeah, I like that one. I didn't even remember that one almost, man. It'd been so long since I'd heard that one. So yeah, number 5.
All right, now sidebar here, because I just, for some reason, while Scott was talking about that, I remember Darren talking about how he was responsible for Ozzy's guitar players. He is a great businessman. He is, poor man's Gene Simmons, but there are some hate songs hate stories about him, because apparently he has hoodwinked several young bands on record deal signings to where he got all of their fucking profits off of things like merchandise and whatever, just fine print bullshit. I don't know the specifics. It's been a few years since I've seen that couple videos, but yeah, apparently he pulled the wool over a lot of young acts' eyes to basically reap their benefits. So
That's
dastardly.
He said, she said, I don't know if it's true. I'm just saying Dana Strum's reputation is not all good, although he's a phenomenal performer and bass player.
Definitely.
My number 5 is Mad About You. I don't have a problem. I too don't like long intros. This one don't bother me because it kind of just fades in. I mean, it's just like the song is fading in instead of fading out. It's not like I have to sit through this, because it doesn't really even get loud to where you're going to want to listen to it till it kicks in. But the guitars are fabulous in here. Mark does an amazing job with this song. Great fucking song, but 4 or better.
All right. My number 4 is something I think everyone else has already talked about, and that's the song Burning Bridges. Again, I think it's still a really good tune. The major detractors are the spoken part, even though they're dissing Vinny at the end. still a rocking song. So like I said, I don't have anything bad to say about it really. So Burning Bridges is number 4.
My number 4 is "You Are the One." Really solid ballad to me. Very slow. I love it. I was just in one of those moods, I'm guessing during work, and when this song came on, and I'm like, this song's just really speaking to me. And as I was writing down my list, I'm trying to figure out, everything out, and I'm like, I'm having a hard time placing this song. And then it kind of beat Burning Bridges by a long shot. So my number 4 is "You Are the One."
Dave.
My number 4 is Eye to Eye. I think it's a great opener for an album. Heavy, it's melodic, great vocals from Mark. I like every song from here on in. So, yeah, I think it's just a great opening track. This got me excited for the rest of the album. Some of it let me down a bit, but yeah, great opening track.
Okay, Scott.
All right. Number 4 for me is playlist. 4 and up is playlist for me. And there's one surprise in here that I didn't have in the playlist at one time, but it's going to be now. Number 4 is "Fly to the Angels." It's always been a spectacular song and very good video, man, in the hangar. And they just rock the shit out of it, dude. This is a power ballad right here, man. Very good hook, man. Very good. Just, yeah, man. When they start rocking the drums, man, yeah, sings his ass off, dude. It's a damn good one, man. This one right here is the one that really got them noticed. I mean, I know "Up All Night" was their first, it got them noticed, but yeah, I mean, come on. Back then, man, you put out something like this, you're going to get airplay. So, and I like it to this day, man. And even though it was a damn overkill at one time, I mean, it was on all the damn time, dude. The radio or the MTV or something, man. But this is one that never got old to me. I like it. Number 4, "Fly to the Angels."
Right there with Scott on "Fly to the Angels." Massive overplay has not hurt this song to me at all. This basic, I think, for the time it was in, I don't think there was a power ballad bigger than this song. Just an amazing song, amazing vocal performance. Even the acoustic of this song is fabulous. Just a great ballad that stands up to this day.
Definitely. And that song is number 3, Side of the Angels. This was their big, huge power ballad that helped push this. This song went platinum on its own. So again, this catapulted their career. It's one of the best ballads of the era, in my opinion. Even with the massive overplay. It may have helped that I went a long time without listening to the album. But again, it's still a very good song. "Fly to the Angels," number 3.
All right. Number 3 is "Spend My Life." This is my new number 1 song on my playlist that starts my morning. I automatically think,
Time out. Even though it's a filler?
yeah,
Okay.
It's good filler.
this is where I start to realize that I'm wrong. 100% wrong and regretting it. Number 3 is "Spend My Life." Again, like I was saying, it's my number 1 song on my playlist right now. It's the first song that I press play. It's the first one that comes up. I automatically think of my wife when this song comes on. It just makes me smile, and the chorus is amazing. Mark
She's not in
Slaughter's
the room.
amazing.
You don't have to kiss her ass right now.
Well, yeah, she is. We live in
Yeah, I can see
I
it.
had Oh, okay.
She's in the far distant.
I understand.
But yeah,
Just right. Yeah.
it's also like Rob, you said, it's like almost like a Tears Are Falling kind of song.
Yes.
I know.
Scott, we're not talking
Yeah.
about heaviness. We're just talking about the mid-tempo.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
I just like my number 2 better.
Well, I would hope
But-
so. Otherwise, it'd be number 4.
Yeah.
Well, originally Spend My Life was my number 2.
All right.
So,
Stig.
With you.
Well, you've got to admire someone who can change their mind about an album during the review. So that's good. My
I'm
number
young and
3
I'm learning, folks. Bear with
my
me.
number 3 is "You Are the One," the second best ballad on the album. Yeah, like I said, I'm a sucker for a ballad, so
That's
yeah.
what I meant. I meant
not the
ballad,
best
not
ballad
ballad.
on the album, but it's a really good ballad. Like everything about it.
Which
I didn't
one?
change my mind. "You Are the One."
Okay, yeah.
Scott.
Okie dokie. Smokey. Number 3 for me is the first release. Up all night, sleep all day. And at that point in time, that's pretty much what we were doing. A lot of nights anyway, I'll say. So we were kind of living this song at the time.
Yeah.
And had a damn good time doing it. And yeah, a rocker. I mean, a flat out rocking ass song, bro. I love it. Loved it then, loved it now. This is another one that didn't get old for me. I didn't think it would, but you know, you got to test everything out. And it didn't. It's still up there for me. Number 3, the first release.
Number 3, Up All Night, and Scott hit it right on the head. This is we Gen Xers and late baby boomers. This is our life, man. Even if we had a job in the morning or school in the morning, we were still up till 4:00 in the fucking morning, usually drunk and trying to fucking go to work hungover.
Yeah.
We took advantage of everything the night had to offer. Unlike today, in this Gen Z nightmare we live in, where up all night would mean it's 9:00, man. I'm up late. Yeah, just the ultimate party anthem. Just basically described an entire generation's everyday life. Great song. Great intro to the song. And yeah, every bit as cool as it was once I started to like it, because like I said, at the first part I didn't like it, and then it didn't take long before I loved it.
Yeah. All right.
You know, when I was a teenager, I was staying up till 4 or 5, 6 o'clock in the morning.
Sure.
No, I was.
Sounds
Wasn't
familiar.
drinking though.
Rubbing your chin, waiting for those hairs to grow in, or what?
Man, I wish I could grow a fucking beard.
No,
easy.
you better work
Not even
out.
you can't even get a
No.
scrotee going.
No, I can. It just grows into white trash, sideburns, facial hair here, some stiff hair. I look
Keep
like Joe
shaving,
Dirt.
you get there.
If I didn't shave and I grew a
you
mullet,
get the
I look like Joe
patchwork
Dirt.
fucking facial hair like Bob Johnson, a guy we used to know.
It's called a summer beard. Summer here, summer there.
Well, if I grew a mullet and I didn't shave for about a week, I look like Joe Dirt. So
All
I
right.
actually I saw some of your profile pics on your Facebook, Tom, from a few years back. Interesting look.
yeah, I know. I went through some years.
Somebody was making fun of you man bun on one of them videos, wasn't they?
Yep. So, I didn't even have to say
And a
anything. The
fucking haircut.
commenter took care of it for me.
All right.
Oh.
Coming in at number 2 on my
Still a
list.
good-looking dude, and I'm still young.
Wow. All right.
Hey.
Coming in at number 2 on my list is the song Desperately. I think this has kind of a Scorpion and or an AC/DC feel to, for me. The chorus is big and catchy, and those are couple of things that I definitely like in songs is the big catchy chorus. Again, top to bottom, I think this is a great song. So Desperately is number 2.
Ring the Bell. My number 2 is also Desperately. You nailed it right on the coffin, Darren. It's decent. Well, not decent. It's good. I keep saying decent for some reason. So I'm looking at my list. You nailed the coffin on the head. Scorpions / AC/DC kind of mix. So.
All right, Dave.
My number
Dave from New
2
York.
is actually the only song I'd actually ever heard of before. So it's Up All Night. Love a great anthem. This song I actually do remember being played on the radio here in Australia. So what's everyone laughing about? Come on, guys. Number 2 for me. There's one song, obviously, that's better than this one, but otherwise this would be number 1.
All right, Scott.
Ring the bell, trifecta, desperately. That's the surprise on mine. Damn right. I didn't give that song credit back in the day. I think it was absolutely fantastic, man. That is a hell of a damn chorus too, man. He sings the shit out of this, man. I love this song now. It's like, damn, yeah, we must have been in a haze back in, man. Some of this album I just damn near forgot. I mean, it's been that long, man. But that's a hell of a song. I forgot about that. Would have been a damn good release right there, in my opinion. So that's my number 2. Love the song.
Right, Rob.
Number 2 for me is one of the coolest intros for an album, or not an album. Yeah, did it open the album Eye to Eye?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
but especially for when they hit the stage, just a great song filled with power. One of their darkest songs, absolutely killer track. That one has never gotten old.
All right. And that is my number 1 song, Eye to Eye. Again, I think it's like Rob said, it's a great way to kick off an album. I think the line at the beginning where it says, the boys are back and we're ready to rock. I think that is, they're signaling without Vinnie Vincent, they have a record contract. Vinnie doesn't, and they're back and ready to announce their existence to the world. Mark's vocals are so unmistakable. Again, with that falsetto style that he has. The song is heavy yet melodic, and like I said, it kicks ass, and it's been my number 1 for a long time.
My number 1, I hold dear to my heart, and that's Fly to the Angels. People can say it's overplayed on the radio all they want. It's still a fucking kick-ass song, and one of the songs that makes me tear up almost every single time I hear it. It's one of my dad's favorite songs. It was one of my mom's favorite songs, and it's one of my favorite songs by Slaughter. There you go. Number 1.
Ring the bell. I agree with Tommy. My number 1 is Fly to the Angels. The only bad thing I can say about this song is it's taken me 35 years to hear it because I'd never heard it before. So it was a really good discovery on this album. Like I said, I'm a sucker for a ballad. Love a power ballad. It's just an awesome song. I didn't quite cry, but maybe if I was younger.
Oh, Tommy's got some personal stuff that fits in.
Yeah, I understand that. I did too when I was younger. So I said maybe when I was younger, at the time this came out, it probably would have made me cry. But that's been beaten out of me now.
All right. Number 1. I match up with Darren again with Eye to Eye. Yeah, man. Damn, bro. That is the way to start the damn album out, brother. That is probably pound for pound the rockinest song on there. That there's nothing annoying in, man. I mean, it is, I'm not saying the fastest tempo song, but I'm talking just pure, just rocking out. That is fantastic, man. I even forgot how good that damn song was. I didn't forget the song, but it'd been a long time, man. That's a barn burner right there, brother. I love that song, man. That's my number one, or none. Yeah, I hear you.
All right. So I got a pleasant surprise with this album because the hits were what I really, really went to for decades. Going back and listening to this the other day, I had completely forgotten about a song, and it is now my number one. And there's also a first that goes along with this song. And I was informed tonight, on this very podcast, that this song, my number one, is a ballad. I can definitely hear Air Supply doing that song. You're right.
Yeah, definitely.
% a fucking ballad, Scott. Come on.
Yeah, that's
Great
a ballad.
song is not anywhere close to a ballad. That is a rock upbeat fucking song with
Rob has a
phenomenal drum work
mangina.
all the way through by Blah
It's a power
Blah.
ballad.
Great,
Rob has a
great
mangina.
song. Nowhere near a ballad. You're all on drugs.
Power
Power
ballad.
ballad.
Power ballad, my ass on stilts. Power ballad is I Still Love You, Up All Night. This is a fucking
Those are
rock
power ballads,
song.
too. And just a little
Anybody, I beg any viewer, since everyone on this podcast has decided they can talk through my time, I beg anybody in the comments to tell me this is a fucking ballad and compare it to another known ballad, please. Jesus Christ. One of the greatest songs. I have sat here for 1 hour and 16 minutes of everybody being wrong on this album about almost every fucking song. And I'm finally at my boiling point when I hear that fucking song being called a ballad. I guess Rock and Roll Night's a ballad too. What the fuck has happened to this show?
That's an anthem.
That's it. My number one.
All right. So there you have it, folks. Slaughter's Stick It To Ya. Just final note, cover girl, Lori Ann Carr.
She's good in bed too. I had her a couple.
Does she still look like that?
She was
Hey.
also in the video for Damn Yankees Coming of Age. And
Oh,
a Playboy Playmate of the Month, December of
course you would
1986.
know that. Of
Still
course you
got
would.
the coach the picture.
Does she still
Dude,
look
'cause
like
I
that?
looked it up.
What year was that?
She
December of what?
she also married Robin Crosby. So she married into the band Rat.
December of what?
1986.
86. Man, let me tell you something.
Yeah,
Look
not
at
in your
that
Playgirl
album.
collection. It was
Hey.
Playboy.
Yeah, yeah. Hey, look at that album, Stick It To You Live.
It's a good album,
Now,
sir.
that is the best picture of her right there. Oh, man. But that's all I got to say right there, brother.
All right.
All right. So we've learned on Darren's episode that Tommy loves to go hunting for albums that consist of fillers.
Yeah.
His favorite songs on his playlist for the day are fillers. And one of
Okay.
the most upbeat songs on this entire album is a ballad. So we've learned a lot on this fucked up show.
How times change.
At least it was a good episode.
Oh, man. Take it home, Darren.
All right. Again, there you have it. Slaughter's debut. Stick It To You. I think we can all kind of agree that it was a good album.
Yeah.
Not 100% filler, 90% for Tommy. But no, great album. So that's gonna
65% now.
all right.
More ballads than
Now that you've
anything
been
else.
educated. All right. So like I said, that wraps it up. So I hope everybody has enjoyed this. Make sure that you subscribe. Make sure that you turn on those notifications so you know when we're talking trash. And till next time, thanks everybody.
Tunes Brothers smashing